6'6" two-way build is the best build in NBA 2K24. This build gets a 98 mid-range and a 92 3-point rating, which means you get literally every single shooting badge on Hall of Fame and can green contested threes from deep. Gets a 93 ball handling rating, which means you get Hall of Fame ankle breaker and have access to all the best dribble moves in the entire game. And despite being so overpowered offensively, you also get a 91 steal rating, which allows you to be the primary lockdown defender for your team, as well as the primary ball handler and scorer. And on top of all that, gets a maxed out speed rating, so you're able to do all of this as quickly as possible. We have never seen a build on NBA 2K24 be able to do it all until now. What's up, Simply Squad? It's your boy Demigod grinding, and we finally done it, y'all. We found a build that can literally do it all. A build so good that my first 3 rec games on this build with only silver badges, I averaged over 40 points and nearly 20 assists per game, all while shooting over 65% from 3 and from the field. Just an absolute monster of a build that can be played as primary point guard, secondary ball handler, shooting guard, and at the same time be the primary lock or secondary lock on the defensive end. And the best part about all of this, you are 6'6". If y'all play this game, you know that you have to choose between being small, fast, and able to score, but you'll lack in defense and be a defensive liability, or being tall and be able to play defense, but you'll be a little slower and not able to score as well. But we finally found a build that is fast and able to score at the efficiency of these small guards without having to deal with the over contest that small guards get as well, and at the same time being tall enough and having high enough defensive ratings to make an impact on the defensive end. I really can't put into words how excited I am about this build. We didn't even end up sacrificing pass accuracy on this build. If you look at the clips, our passes are crisp and getting to the target fast. Now y'all, I think you're sold on the build, and if you're not, I'm gonna show more clips as we make it. But not only am I gonna show you how to make the build, I'm gonna give y'all the jump shot, the dribble moves, the attributes you should put on when you're just a 90 overall, everything you need to know to dominate on day one. All I ask for in return for all this information in one video is for you to drop a like and drop a sub with notifications on. Now we're about to get in this build so y'all can be ready to dominate on NBA 2K24, but first I need to make sure that y'all are ready for the big game this Sunday. This video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The big game is this Sunday, and Underdog is celebrating in a big way by giving away $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. Underdog will be airdropping $1 million into Underdog users' accounts this Sunday. And don't worry, if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, I got a crazy deal for you. Because if you click the link in the description and sign up using code GRINDING, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. That means if you put in $10, Underdog will double that to make it $20 total. So do not miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win $1 million and sign up for Underdog today. Alright y'all, now for the build. You can put this build at point guard or shooting guard, depends what you're trying to run for your team. In the recording I showed you, I put the build at shooting guard because that's what we needed at the time, but for me, I would like to go point guard, so I'm going to go point guard. The height is going to be 6'6", and the weight is going to be the lowest weight you can go, which is 180 pounds. And the wingspan is going to be 6'7". The reason you're going lower on your wingspan is so you can get a 98 mid-range, and I'll show you what that gets you right now. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our mid-range and upgrade it to a 98 overall rating, and without doing anything else, you already unlock every single shooting badge on Hall of Fame. And for those of y'all that don't know, Blinders, Deadeye, Green Machine, and Mini Magician on Hall of Fame gives you insane value. The percentage boost between Gold and Hall of Fame are stronger on most of these badges, and like I said before, I was shooting over 65% from 3 with just silver badges. Imagine what I'm going to be shooting when I get these badges on Hall of Fame. And our 3-point rating is going to be a 92 3-point rating. That, of course, is for silver limitless range. You want to be able to pull from deep. The farther back you can shoot, the higher the defense has to play you, and the more space you create for yourself and your team. Next, we're going to move on to playmaking. You are going to have a 93 ball handling rating, which not only gives you Hall of Fame ankle breaker, but also grants you access to every single dribble move in the entire game for this height. Moves like Kobe crossover that you can only get an 88 ball handle. You have access to every single move. You are not limited whatsoever, so you could get as creative as you want with your dribble move. Your speed with ball overall is going to be an 83 overall rating. That is of course for Speed Booster Gold and Hyperdrive on Gold, which we will get once we upgrade our physicals and our speed. You're gonna have Speed Booster Gold, Hyperdrive on Gold, and I'm pretty sure you get Blow By on either Silver or Gold. All of these badges are just gonna increase your speed while you're dribbling, while I was getting open so easily in those clips. And finally, the biggest gripe on most of my videos, pass accuracy. You're gonna have a 77 pass accuracy for Needle Threader on Bronze, and of course you get Diamond on Silver as well. But more importantly, 77 is just a good pass accuracy rating for your passes to be crisp and fast. If you're playing primary PG with this build, you don't want the ball to float while it's getting to your teammates. You want it to get there as fast as possible, and a 77 pass accuracy is beautiful. Even for throwing dimes across the court, it will get there extremely fast. Okay, Grindin', we're at a 90 overall. Our offense is overpowered. There's no way we could have any type of defense, right? That is where you're wrong. I wasn't lying. We get a 91 steal rating, which of course gives you gold glove, gold interceptor, and gold right stick ripper. You are going to be ripping the ball from people like you are a primary lockdown defender on a build with offensive attributes like this. It is absolutely insane that you still manage to get an elite defensive rating like this on a build that's so offensive minded, and at the same time is 6'6", so you're able to play passing lanes, you're able to get on ball steals, you're able to play defense at an elite level, just like you are offensively. And we're also going to increase our perimeter defense to a 72 as well, just to get Challenger on Bronze. Someone in the comments needs to let me know. I'm not sure if the patch came out yet where lateral quickness is tied to perimeter defense. I'm pretty sure it's still tied to your speed rating. Honestly, would be better for this build because you're going to have a higher speed than you are perimeter defense. But if someone in the comments can let me know, that'd be great for me to know. Does your lateral quickness rating, like how fast you move left and right on defense, does that coincide with your perimeter defense rating or your speed rating? Y'all let me know. That's actually one thing I don't know about this game. And finally, our physicals. Our speed is going to be an 86 to get Speed Booster on Gold and Hyperdrive on Gold like we talked about earlier. I told y'all once we got to the physicals, those badges would pop up. And then we're going to make our acceleration a 75. Yes, you could go 73, which is what most people do on meta builds. I like to go 75 for triple strike, which if you put on Kobe triple threat, it allows you to explode out of the Kobe triple threat extremely fast compared to only on silver. So I like to invest the extra 2 points to get a 75 acceleration, so you're exploding out of your triple threat quicker and getting to the spots you want to quicker. It's just a personal preference. Y'all could change it to 73. It's just whatever you want to do. Our stamina, of course, is going to be a 99. Not for any badges particular. You could bring this down to a 96 and keep handles for days on gold, but I dribble a lot on this build. I want my stamina to be as maxed as possible so my jump shot doesn't slow down as often, even though obviously I know the timing of my slow down jump shot. I've played this game enough. I'm sure y'all do too, but still, whenever you can have that fast release timing, you're going to want to have that fast release timing. So a 99 stamina is my ideal preference. And then our vertical, we're gonna go a 60 vert. If you just want Aerial Wizard on Bronze, you can go 58. 60, once again, the other attributes don't really matter to me that much, so I like to go 60 vert. But if you're trying to min-max this build, you don't care about those badges, you could go acceleration 73, vertical 58. I would keep perimeter defense on 72 because you get fast feet and workhorse whenever you go to 72, so I would keep that there. And then finally, to finish off the build, if you get fouled, you want to be able to knock it down, you could go an 86 free throw. Once again, you only need an 80 for silver free points, but again, there's no other attributes I'd rather upgrade, so I made it an 86 free throw. Now let's take a look at this build overall. First, let's talk about the one quote-unquote weakness of this build, which I personally don't believe is a weakness. You obviously have no finishing other than your 73 driving layup, which gives you Giant Slayer on silver, Slithery on Bronze, Acrobat on Bronze. Some of the more overpowered badges like Float Game on silver, you could still green floaters at an alarming rate. My elite finishers out there, you know how OP floaters are in this game. If you don't get a hand up before they launch that floater, it's going in every single time. There's no missing floaters unless you just really mistime it, so having this badge could make up for the finishing. But the reason I don't think having no finishing is a weakness is because with this build, I create so many problems for the defense, it doesn't matter that I don't have finishing. So first of all, I'm gonna have my center set me a screen, either my popper or my inside center. It doesn't matter, either one. I'm so fast and I can shoot from so deep and so efficiently, it doesn't matter. I could play with an inside or an outside. They're gonna set me a screen, so their center automatically has to come out of the paint to help, or I'm getting a free three or a free midi with my insane rate. If the center comes out to help, the center on my team knows to slip. and they'll get the free 2 for me. I don't have to go in and finish. Or what happened in a lot of my games is the center would come up and double team me. My center wouldn't recognize it and would pop. They'd be out of the play, they would pop, and I could just drive in and finish with a wide open layup, because you're never gonna miss a wide open layup. And you might be thinking, Grindin, why are they giving you a wide open layup? Bro, I cannot stress enough how fast and how lethal this build is. Every game I was scoring over 40 points, shooting 65% from the field and from the 3. Do you know how open I have to be to shoot that efficiently and score that efficiently? The build is ridiculously fast with the best dribble moves in the entire game. The defense has to pick and choose what they're willing to give you. After I spark 7 threes, they're not going to want to give me threes anymore. They're both going to play up and I get a free layup, or I get a free assist to whatever teammate's open. If they didn't guard the slip, my center's open. If they drop from the corner to guard the slip, my corner's open. It's all about making reads, and I promise you this build makes the game a million times easier. Just because you're such a threat, you at least need 2 defenders to guard you. If it's 1 person on you, you're cooking them every single time. I don't care who it is. Genuinely, without help, I do not care if the greatest lockdown to ever touch this game is guarding you. You are respectfully going to cook him out of his shoes, but most good teams will have somebody help, either the center, or if they're in a zone, they'll have the 2 top defenders double team you, and then you have your team to rely on as well. Now, I know a lot of y'all care about the build names. I personally think this is a semi-rare build name. I haven't really seen it that much on the floor, and it is a sharp shooting shot creator. I would personally prefer that it said 2-way because you have such a high steal rating, but I also understand our offense is so overpowered, that's probably what the build is going to be named after. So the name you end up with is sharp shooting shot creator. All right, y'all, I started doing this in my recent build videos where I show y'all exactly what I would upgrade at 90 overall. Y'all could take a screenshot of this, you could take a picture, but basically you can't get all the overpowered ratings at 90 overall. Like, you can max out your shooting, but you can't max out your steal and your pass accuracy at the same time. You can max out your physicals, which was a great touch that I loved. So basically I sacrificed my perimeter defense completely, didn't put anything on perimeter defense. You don't need it. You don't need it right away, because I think I answered my own question from earlier in the video. I'm like 99% sure after playing those 3 games that your lateral quickness is based off your speed, because I was moving extremely quick on defense. I sacrificed 6 points on my steal rating so I could still get 85, so I get silver glove and I could still be a threat on defense. All those steals you saw in the clips, I had silver badges. And then I sacrificed 7 ratings on my pass accuracy to still get a 70 pass ac. So all those crisp fast passes you saw in the clips were only with a 70 pass accuracy, not even maxed out at 77. So they're only gonna get fast. And then of course I maxed out my shooting and ball handling on this build. You're meant to be an offensive menace, so that's very important to have off rip. And yeah, y'all, that's exactly what I'd upgrade at 90 overall. And the jump shot I used in this video is base Tracy McGrady, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Sadiq Bey, 100% release speed, and the blending is 66% Oscar Robertson, 34% Sadiq Bey. And I use this jump shot on set point. Now, if you are a push user, use this jump shot on push. Do not switch to set point just for this jump shot. All of my friends use this jump shot on push. They absolutely love it. I have just used set point from the beginning, and for the life of me, I cannot get used to push. The only release timing I shoot elite with is on set point. So I'm just letting y'all know that's what I use it on. I would recommend using it on push if you're used to push. Recommend using it on release if you're used to release. Whatever you're used to, just use this jump shot. It is absolutely chicken, and it allows you to shoot over people and get less contests because of the T-Mac bait. And finally, last but not least, the dribble moves I use in this video, the only thing I'm going to touch on is that Magic Johnson dribble style is patched, so Pro is easily the best dribble style by far in the entire game for 6'6" build. And then the rest are dribble moves that are pretty common. Y'all can just copy these down. I talked about Kobe Bryant triple threat style. If you don't know how to utilize this to its max potential, just look up a TikTok video, how to use Kobe Bryant triple threat. It'll tell you exactly what to do. But yeah, y'all, those are my dribble moves. Make sure to screenshot. Feel free to copy them down. Do whatever you got to do. But you will be absolutely cooking with these dribble moves. Here are my updated rec stats after 11 games played. 100% win. Of course, we don't lose out here. 60% from 3, 60% from the field. Trying to shoot crazy shots from half court. You know how it goes. You can't play rec too seriously. It's a little too easy. And I've been throwing on the free throw. 33%. I think that's because the first game I didn't have a free throw on, and I shot a lot of free throws that game, but we'll definitely get that one up. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.
Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be calling. Still